If you're limited on space to film your videos and you're forced to film them in your office, and you found that it looks a little dull and stale, maybe even a bit of an eyesore, let's fix that. I'll show you how to make your office look like a professional video set. Hey, I'm Evan. I run a small video production business called Maximized Media, where I help small businesses make better video content so you can engage with your audience and grow your business. And today, I'm going to show you how you can make your dull, boring office look like a pro video set with a few simple tips. So I film in my home office, which is just a spare bedroom in our home. It has really undergone many phases of transformation, from an overflow storage room to a semi-functional office space to now it's a fully designated office for me. I still share a small portion of it with our little dog and his kennel, but it's the way that I want it. I've taken a little bit of time to create the look that I want for these videos, and I'll show you how you can do the same in your filming location, which is most likely your office space. So starting off, we want to be mindful of what's in the frame. We want to be aware of our composition. So one thing I would suggest starting with is clear the clutter. Anything that's not necessary and essential, get it out of the frame, get it out of the shot. If you've got a bunch of junk that's distracting in the background, you can move it for the sake of the video, and if you need to bring it back afterward, that's fine. But when someone's watching you on video, you want the focus to be on you. If you're delivering a message, if you're sharing something of value, you want the attention to be there, not on something that's distracting. If you've got a bunch of clutter and just maybe a messy room or things that are out of place, or if you're filming at your desk and you've got a ton of clutter on your desk, just go ahead and clear it out for the sake of the video. So the next thing to consider is the look, the feel, the aesthetic of the shot. I have taken time to consider what I've brought back into the frame. So the light behind me, the tungsten orange light, I like the contrast that it gives to the cool light that's coming toward me. Also the pictures that are hanging, those are shots that I took that I really liked, that I wanted to frame and put on the wall. And while they're not in focus, they're still intentionally there. It's complementing the look that I'm after. It really creates the aesthetic that I want. And for you, maybe that's putting something with your brand or your business logo on it that really matches the feel and the vibe that you're trying to portray and convey. So just be mindful of what you're bringing back into the frame. We talked at first about what you're taking out, clearing the clutter. So the next part is what you're intentionally and selectively bringing back in to create the feel that you're after. And lastly, you'll hear me say this a lot, but make sure that it's repeatable and consistent. So whatever you're creating for your set, whatever you're bringing into the shot or moving out of the shot, if you're doing a lot of rearranging, be mindful of that, because you want it to be consistently available for you every time you make these videos. While you may not want them to be identical every time, you want some cohesive nature to these. You want them to feel similar, at least, so there's not a lot of confusion or distraction if they are vastly different one to the next. So maybe as you think through these things, make sure that it is simple enough to be sustainable and repeatable. And finally, something that you may consider is having some variety. I know this may seem like a contradiction to the last thing, but if you have a couple of different options and angles to just keep it interesting, you can switch from one set to the next without having to do a whole lot. So for this case, I usually shoot this way, but as you'll be able to see, this is a much different look than before. And while personally I don't like it as much as the first, it at least gives me a little bit of variety if I ever choose to change it up a bit. So for you, maybe just consider a couple different angles and perspectives that you can film from that just offer you a little bit of variety if you choose to get a little bit different shots when making your videos. So with these simple changes, you can make your office look like a great video filming location. You can make your videos pop and stand out. And if this has been helpful to you, I would love it if you shared it with someone that you think can find value in it as well, because it is my goal to help small businesses make better video content so you can engage with your audience and grow your business.